What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. This your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. Hello, somebody. All right, so man, we got Gene Deal break silence on Altercation. He had at the Diddy trial and getting banned from the trial. Now, this is crazy. I know he said one time before, he said a lot of YouTubers be out there trying to get his attention and running up on him and blah, blah, blah. But bro, you can't not run up on people just because you want some content. You can't do that. You get yourself hurt. Seen it happen before plenty of times on YouTube videos. Even sometimes people get unalive, going too far with the pranks. So you have to be careful out here. Spicy.
You back, my man. Week 3, Diddy trial. Gotta talk about it, man. I heard you and some dude got into an altercation up there. Like, what's the backstory behind that before we get into everything else?
I wouldn't call it an altercation, you know what I'm saying? Because that means somebody is capable of challenging you on your level. What happened is that you get these YouTubers, you know what I'm saying, who want to make contact with you by yelling, screaming, and hollering and thinking that you gotta answer their questions. And they talking to a grown-ass man like he's some kind of child or hollering at some kind of animal. See, I come to that court
because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get your attention, bro. But some people just go too far for content, man. They do anything for some content.
I'm trying to see this thing
I'm
through.
telling you.
You know, I don't care what nobody say. I'm the one who initiated this whole thing and started talking about this dude's behavior, his attitude, how he was treating people, what he was doing, way before any of his employees, way before anything. I took all the ridicule, you know, from everybody.
Gene, you're right, though.
You know what I'm saying? If you
right
was
about
watching
that.
the internet when I first got on here, they was talking about, yo, this bum ass ex-bodyguard, I didn't have this and I didn't have that. I didn't do this and I didn't do that. But then when the facts started coming out that I was a New York State parole officer with my college degree, had my own house, own apartment, that was given another house by my family, and they started seeing that I was one of the leaders and the founders of the same gang, which Puff came out of. You know, I helped and I started slicking the family. You know what I'm saying? All these are Harlem crews, and they start seeing that the real people that was in New York City was like, yo, Gene was the man. Gene is this, you know what I'm saying? And they was wondering why I got on the internet. But I was given something to do, man. I don't care what nobody say. So I go to that court to see it through. You understand? I go to that court to make sure that I'm gonna see the people that I love who got hurt behind this dude, that we get justice.
Wow.
And I just want to be there to see it. I didn't come there.
Wow. Gene said he hoped that he said that we get justice. So what did he do to you, Gene? I've never heard your story. But you said we now. You said the people that you love. And including yourself. You said we want to see justice. So what? I'm curious now. What did Diddy do to you so bad? I know you witnessed a lot of things. But what happened with you and Diddy? Like you sound like you hate this guy.
For somebody to be calling me out my name, talking all that, you know, saying things that's irate. Yo, listen here, I'm a grown ass man. I raised 3 girls to be adults. I raised somebody else's sons to be adult men. You understand what I'm saying? So that makes me grown. I've raised people to be adults. I've helped people with their kids for them to become adults. So I'm a grown ass man, and I don't need nobody, anybody. You just can't talk to me any kind of way or say whatever you want to say. Because then when we see each other, then express yourself as a man. So here this dude hollering, saying, call all kind of epithets, saying all kind of belligerent curse words, saying all kind of shit to me. And I'm like this. I'm like, yo, I played it cool when we was outside. Then when we got into the court, it was a whole different situation. You understand? It was a whole different situation. I went to him, I said, yo, bro, you had a lot of stuff to say outside. You understand? Yo, I got a lot of stuff to say now. That's what he said. I said, oh, what you got to say then? He say, yo, you got questions to answer. For who? I said, if you want me to answer questions, do interview.
Wow.
I got a
Facts.
booking number, then you do interview. I answer any of your questions. I ain't got no problem of answering anything that you want to know. All you got to do is pay my fee and I'll be there. He said, well, you ain't going to tell me how to get the contact. And as soon as he said that, and he came like he was coming close to me, I took it back to 92. Wu-Tang.
Huh?
Protect your neck.
Protect the neck.
And that's all
baby.
I'm going to say. I
You
took
gotta
it back to
protect
that.
your neck.
I took it back to 1992 Wu-Tang. Protect your neck. And he know what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Then when I did that, then next thing you know, a girl came, the guards started coming and stuff like that. And he told the guards, yo, watch the camera. He hit me. That's what he said to the guard. So one guard was like this.
That what he
One
wanted.
guard got in front of me and I moved. He said, yo, Gene. He said, yo, Gene, because he know me. He said, yo, Gene, you could just knock me down, bro. Just take a couple of days and get up out of here. And so I was leaving. So he ran and got his camera, and then somebody called my name. He called my name like that. I turned around and I just said to him, I said, yo, bro, I'm not that dude that you could just run up on. I'm not that dude that you could say whatever you want to say. I'm a grown-ass man. You understand? I'm not that dude that you could say whatever you want to say to, because if you run up on me, I'm going to knock you the F out. And that's how that went, bro. And there's nothing I'm proud of. You understand? But you don't talk to grown men. I don't care what kind of YouTube show you got. I don't care what kind of, you want to go viral, you want to do this and you want to do that. You conduct yourself as a gentleman. You want to call yourself a reporter. You don't see all the reporters who went to school. You don't see all the reporters who got their degrees, who got, who worked up the ladder to become who they are, yelling and screaming and cursing and saying all kind of crazy shit to people. You don't see that. But if that's what you choose to do, you choose to do that, bro. But I'm not the one you gonna do that to and then think it's gonna be all right to get on the elevator with me. I don't care where we at. I don't care where we at, what we gotta do, we gonna get it in. And I'm too grown and too old for that. But you're not gonna talk to me any kind of way. And you ain't gonna say whatever you wanna say to me, bro.
So basically, Gene said, yo, bro, I'm going to stand on business, bro. I'm going to stand on business regardless how old I am. He said, you gonna respect Gene Deal.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna disrespect
Thanks.
me as a man and think it's all right to do that because you got a YouTube show, because you want to go viral, you want to do like that, you be ending up. I want to go to the next subject, man. Let's go to the next one, bro.
Gene getting pissed off by talking about it, so he probably still want to kick old boy butt.
Because this is gonna go somewhere that it shouldn't even go, bro. On a for real, for real. We all too grown for this shit, bro. But I'm not to be disrespected, and I'm not gonna disrespect nobody else. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah, but before we move on, man, let me just add one more thing to this. When Miss Wallace asked me to get on Nick Bloomfield documentary, I got on Nick Bloomfield documentary. That was like in 99, somewhere around there. I got an A&E documentary, 2001. I got on VH1, MTV. All these was in the early 2000s before there was even a YouTube telling the story. You understand? I sat down with each one of those crews about anywhere from 3 to 5 hours telling them everything. Telling them everything. That's why can't nothing come up when I was talking about how what Puff said about Suge, Pac, Big, everything. I told them everything. This stuff has been on, and I've been saying the same story since 99. I've been saying the same story since 97 when Miss Wallace set me in her living room. I ain't changed nothing, and I ain't gonna change nothing. You understand? There's certain things that you find out as we go, because you know my motto. Facts will change your feelings, but feelings can't change your facts.
Now that's
my
fact.
motto, bro. So it's.
Hey, yo, he said facts can change your feelings, but feelings can't change your facts, bro. Now that's facts. That was facts.
Over the
G.
years, I
Hammer on the nail, Gene
found
Deal.
out some more stuff and some other things for professional people. People like myself that's higher than me, FBI agents. People who've been working on the case. You find out other things and you go on with that. But to all these little young YouTubers and everything like that, you know, it's a couple of those guys who've been respectable. Now I'm gonna pull them to the side because I'm going back down there. Don't think that I'm not gonna be going down there, bro. I'm going back down there. You understand? So now, some of those YouTubers that's been respectable, you understand? I might like, yo, you can give me a question, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you one question. You understand? Because they was respectable when I come down there, they respectable. Now, people think I'm hiding. I'm not hiding, bro. You understand? I'm not hiding from nothing. These people don't do their due diligence, bro. When they come out here and they want to do a show, they don't do their due diligence. They let anybody come on their platform that's got a salacious story about anybody and say, oh, they told me. That don't mean a god thing, bro. Because somebody told you some bullshit. That don't mean nothing, bro. Do your due diligence if you want to have a successful channel. But if you just want to go viral, remember, you got to protect your neck. And I'm gonna give you something right now, because I don't want people to go and look at what they want to say because this dude want to go viral and stuff like that. I can beg any money. Gene Deal and Diddy never stayed at the Intercontinental in Atlanta. Never. We stayed at the Swiss Hotel. Do you hear what I'm saying? We never stayed at the Intercontinental in Atlanta. That's how I knew the shit was bogus. We always stayed at the Swiss Hotel.
Hold on, wait a minute.
You
So the video of Cassie and Diddy wasn't at the Swiss Hotel though. It was at the other hotel that you named first, the Continental, whatever you call it. But listen, this is crazy. So Gene saying that they never stayed there?
will not find a debit, a credit, or any kind of card because you got to put your card up for room for your incidentals in your rooms. You will never find no card at the Intercontinental with Gene Deal name on there. None of that. Because I don't care whoever you travel with and whatever you did, they could be paying for the hotel. You always had to put a card up for your incidentals to your room. And we never stayed at the Intercontinental. So people could come up here and be bogus and tell lies and say whatever they want to say for the views, to go viral. It's all right. Just protect your neck, especially when you come around me.
Bro, Big Gene said he don't play that. Gene said he got them hands. He might be a little older than some of these YouTubers out here. But he said, I'll put these paws on you like little Scrappy. Gene said, yo, don't run up on me like that, bro. Do not. And he's right, though, you guys. We cannot. I'm a YouTuber, bro. If I was out there, I know better than that. Bro, you can't run up on people any kind of way. They're trying to get a question. They're trying to get him to tell them something, like basically trying to get free information. But Gene said, yo, all you got to do is book me, bro. I'll come wherever you at, book me, pay what I'm asking for the fee, and you get in the interview, bro. You're going to get some exclusives. But nah, they want to run up on Gene. Gene said, keep running up. Put these damn paws on you every damn time.